The fiscal year 2015 national security budget exceeds $1 trillion, more than one-third of the entire national budget.
This is People's Tribune Radio. Today's program is from the pages of the People's Tribune newspaper, a monthly published in Chicago. An editorial of August 2014, presented to you by a reader of the People's Tribune. Super poverty at a time of superabundance.
Definition of society: the aggregate of people living together in a more or less ordered community. Synonyms: the community, the general public, the people, civilization, humankind, humanity. For the first time in history, the human species is now capable of producing a superabundance of all goods and services. Today it is possible to eliminate hunger and poverty and distribute the abundance to all. However, global capitalist society is still organized around the old law systems designed to exploit wage labor. The global market is being destroyed as the robotic and computer-driven means of electronic, laborless production is increasingly eliminating jobs. This leaves workers without jobs, having no money to buy what is produced. The system of global capitalism is collapsing. Human society can only advance by abolishing today's old and dying economic system organized around corporate private property, and construct a new system organized to guarantee peace and prosperity demanded by the new advanced means of production. Workers, by the hundreds of millions, are thrown out of the global economy. Once they become politically conscious that corporate private property is the real cause of their increased human suffering, they can become the mass force capable of abolishing the chaotic and violent competitive system of corporate private property. Time is of the essence. The growing economic crisis of global capitalism is producing a rapid increase of global death and destruction as the ruling classes around the world go to war with each other over shrinking international markets and resources in order to protect their competitive private property interests. The threat of another world war looms on the horizon. The U.S. ruling class is funding its programs for war abroad and fascism at home. The fiscal year 2015 national security budget exceeds $1 trillion, more than one-third of the entire national budget. Our hard-earned tax dollars are used to protect corporate private property interests and their policies of death and destruction around the world. The current massacres of thousands in Gaza and the Ukraine, and the over 1 million who have been killed in Iraq are recent examples. Meanwhile, at home the U.S. ruling class raises corporate welfare funding to more than $100 billion, while cutting billions of dollars from social programs designed to keep the American people healthy and able to lead productive lives. For example, consider programs for children assistance. Last year, Congress passed and the President signed a bill to cut $8.7 billion from the federally funded Supplemental Nutritional Assistance Program. The corporations are tightening their fascist grip on all of U.S. society with a developing surveillance state, police brutality and killings, criminalization of refugee children, emergency manager laws that replace government elected officials, cutting off people's access to running water, and the privatizing of the public domain. We have a conscious choice to make. We can continue to live under the rule of a violent corporate dictatorship and a world at war, or we can abolish corporate private property and construct a new cooperative society that guarantees peace and prosperity for all. The choice is ours.
Contact the People's Tribune at 1-800-691-6888 or email us info@peoplestribune.org. Visit us on the web at peoplestribune.org. We need an economic system that meets the needs of the people. Help us. Please subscribe to and order bundles of newspapers to give to your friends. The People's Tribune intends to bring the movement together with a vision of a cooperative world and a strategy to achieve it. We welcome you to send us your story.